What's up, guys? It's your boy James, aka Six8Jay, coming to you on this Wednesday. It's 10 a.m. We're a little bit early, guys, as we have a special guest coming in live from Greece. His name is Edo Farina. He's the founder of Alpha Husky Clubs. He's one of the most sought after crypto talents in all of the space. He specializes in XRP healthcare, and many other things. The guy's got major connections. He's the reason that we had Dr. Shiva, the guy who's a presidential candidate this year, on our show. He's got some major people that are supposed to be coming on the show. Also, he's the guy out of all the people that I've done interviews with that I decided to partner up with. We also have a show called The Standard, which comes on each and every week. We have different times and dates that we actually come on, but look forward to that show. You guys can go over to Edo's site and also his X page and see our incredible show with Black Swan Capitalists and many others. So, guys, I'm really excited about that. Before we get started, let's look at the market cap real quick, guys. We're down a bit, $1.38 trillion. Bitcoin, what the hell is going on? 35,966. We got Ethereum just barely above the $2,000 mark. We got BNB holding strong at 242. XRP at 64 cents, but a lot of controversy as we saw XRP jump all the way up to 74 cents yesterday. We're going to talk about it. We've got Solana right now at 53 cents. We've got Cardano, ADA to be exact, at 35 cents. That old crazy dog, Dogecoin, coming in at 7 cents. Matic, 88 cents. Chainlink, don't you dare sleep on Chainlink. If you guys know anything about the partnerships that they got going on, $13.99 is a bargain. Not telling you to buy right now. Never buy when the market is pumping. Polkadot is at 526 right now. We got AVAX at 17.15. Shiba, that old crazy dog, is at 5 zeros and an 8. OKB at 59.78. Stellar XLM is at 11 cents. Uniswap is at 5.12. We've got Filecoin at 4.88. And I told you guys, if you didn't know, don't sleep on Crow. It's at 8 cents right now. That thing all the way up to what, 11, 12 cents just this week? Crazy. HBAR right now is at 5 cents. APT 7.18. We got ICP at 4.30. Caspa, there's a lot of people bullish on Caspa. But remember, nothing that we talk about should ever be considered or deemed financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. My name is James, aka Six8Jay. I've been in crypto since 2017, and I'm documenting my journey in the evolution of money. That's right, optimism. We all got it right now, as the SEC is 0-3 against Ripple. Good Lord, optimism, OP to be exact, at 176. VeChain, 2 cents strong. Where could VeChain go? The sky's the limit. Coming in at number 39 right now, coin market cap. Near, let's make it clear, at 153. We got IMX at 113. Maker, $1,380. Good Lord, how much how much XRP could you buy for that? Or XLM XDC? Let me stop. INJ is at $15.32. QNT is at $100. The coin formerly known as EGLD, we call it Multiverse X today. It's at $44.71. GRT, one of the top 10 AI projects. If you go to Google right now, it's at number 12 right now. FTT, good Lord, why did Gonzo Gary Gensler, huh? In his own words, what did he say? Huckster, froster, trickster. Why did he promote this coin? Huh? Why is he pumping it up? Why did it go up 250% and it's still up 169% over the last week? Out of all the things he could have talked about, you guys should get FTX. I didn't like that. I don't think you guys did either. Algo right now is at 13 cents. We've got Theta at 92 cents. Stack, we play Tell's song each and every day here. It's at 63 cents right now. Sandbox is at 42. We've got FTM at 30 cents. RNDR at 223. XTZ is 85 cents. Mana coming in at 42 cents. XDC, 5 cents. Flow, if you didn't know, it's at 66 cents. Anything else worth talking about here? Let's see. Gala, 2 cents. Sue at 57 cents. Let's see here. Anything else we got to talk about here, guys? Pepe. Anybody in a Pepe? I'm not, but if you are, good Lord. God bless you. It's at, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 zeros and a 1. Huh? Will it take you to the promised land? I don't know. I think there's probably better projects out there with more utility. GMX is at 51.72 right now. We got Rose, Oasis Network to be exact, at 6 cents. And coming in at number 100 is ZRX. All right, that's your market for the day, guys. Let's get on to what we're here to talk about. And before I can do that, I got to bring in my brother, Edo Farina. But before I do, very easy hydroponics, Alan. What's up, my brother? Yes, lower level. I see you, Jeanette. My queen is in the house. Jeanette is on the scene. My sister Liz. What's up, sis? Love my wife, if you guys didn't know, so much. She's so amazing. And guess what? I got the second most amazing lady in the world, Miss Janet Lopez. That's my mother-in-law. Hey, Mom, how you doing? OMC's in the house. We've got Always One Away. always one away. Nest Force, my brother Gmail Brown, and you cannot start the day without saying what's up to Crypto Tropics, first on the scene. Let's bring in my brother, the one and only Edo Farino. Edo, are you there?
Hello everyone, I am right here, James. I loved your comments about some of the coins. You mentioned some of my favorite ones. You made some interesting comments about CRO, no CRO, the cryptocurrency of crypto.com. I actually am very bullish on that one, you know. I do believe that it might be the next BNB. I don't know how do you see CRO, but I just wanted to make a small comment about that. How are you doing today, James? Everything good?
Oh man, everything is amazing, and I would agree with you on that. Just for the fact that Crow seems to be doing everything the right way. They're very in sync with regulatory, regulations and the things they need to do. They've got a strong presence with their Visa Crow card. They got a very strong platform. And most people don't realize that Crow hit 96, 97 cents in the last bull run in 2021. So the potential upside is ridiculous. And I've been shouting at the mountaintops when it got down to 4 cents. I said, "Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing?" So obviously there was an opportunity. Right now it's a little bit up. Depends if your dollar cost averaging. I can still see an opportunity there. But like me and you always talk about, Edo, kind of like the show yesterday, celebration or devastation. We don't quite know right now. There's so much controversy going on in the market. Typically when people are greedy, you should be a little bit leery. When people are leery, that's the time to be a little bit greedy. So, I would take that with a grain of salt as far as, where a lot of these prices are at. But one of the things that I want to talk to you about, my brother, is, what's going on with this whole, yesterday me and you did our show, which is called The Standard. And as soon as I clicked off that show and I started my Crypto for Life show, as soon as I started, I looked up, and as I'm reading through, I thought it was a glitch. I'm like, what's going on? Big XRP runs to 74 cents. And I'm like, I'm on the show and I'm like shaking. I'm trying to text you and I'm on live and I'm like, oh my God, did Edo see this? And I was dumbfounded like many people, because all I heard was Blackrock's XRP, ETF. And it was almost like a buzzkill to be that pumped up, and I'm all excited on my show. I get off my show and then I see people saying, oh, it wasn't real. So let's talk about that ridiculous game that seemed to be continuously being played, and we've seen it played earlier. I think it was last week or so, where I think it came out about ETFs or something else that came out that people were validating that was untrue as well. So, Edo, your thoughts on what happened and the fact that people are saying it's still up on the site right now as far as showing that it's real.
I did a lot of investigation on that. First of all, we finished the show and I had actually went for dinner, and I having dinner right there, and you sent me a message and I was like, what's going on? I was first, my initial thoughts, it was like, is Bitcoin actually pumping like to 40,000 and something and it's dragging XRP? And then I go to check the price of the rest of the currencies. And interestingly enough, only XRP, and for some reason, every time XRP pumps, XLM follows.
That's right.
So XLM was pumping. Then I went to X to find out what was happening. And I find immediately the tweets about the ETF filings from Blackrock on Delaware's website. And by the moment I was actually, I don't trade in these occasions. I have my cold wallets. My portfolio is actually locked. But I do have clients. I actually share with you, I have an online trading academy. Not trading academy, but crypto academy. And I do some trades for my clients there. So by the moment you send me that, I was like, oh, damn, there is this open position that I want actually to sell from a customer of mine. So I take the phone and I call him, and I by the moment he's picking up the phone, the price starts to drop all the way back from 75 cents all the way. So I say, he answers the phone, and I say, never mind.
Yeah.
There's nothing we should do, because now it's all back to 65 cents. So insane price manipulation. What I got from this situation is that the document is there. It's actually on the official Delaware website, but doing further investigation, I'm not sure if you have read some comments from Jeremy Rogan.
Yes.
About that. That basically anyone can go on the website and file the documents, and you just have to pay I think it's $500, and you're gonna you attach the documents to the file, and you're gonna have the documents on the website. Of course, it's a criminal activity because they faking. I'm not saying 100% this happened, but it's one of the biggest possibilities here is that someone has actually watched what happened in the last 2 weeks. Well, we had first of all the ETF from Ethereum, which was apparently approved. Now I have my doubts as well about that, but that was actually one of the triggers for the markets to go up. We also had the fake news from Cointelegraph about Bitcoin ETF getting approved, and it has pumped the price. So there is a huge possibility someone has understood that there is a high relation between ETF approvals and price action. So that allows someone to go on the website. Of course, it's a criminal activity. We don't exactly know how they have done it. If they have done it, maybe it's real. I'm just saying here from my understanding. And by doing so, they can actually, let's say, buy 100K XRP on leverage position. You can actually open a long position and all the way from 75 cents to 74 cents. That's actually 10% in just 10 minutes. You can make like $1 million and even more. So that's for me a very sad episode of insider trading. Is a criminal activity. And again, you don't see anything from the SEC. The SEC is silent. The SEC hasn't said a word about what's going on. And well, I leave some possibility here. I would say it's 80-20, meaning that 80% of chance is actually a fake document, not a fake document, because the document is there if you go to the website right now. But I think the situation is not real, even though I did how it's called a quiz, not a quiz, but I asked on my X who believes it's actually real and who doesn't believe. And I made a poll. I think that's how it's called in English.
Or a survey,
Yeah, a survey. And 70% of the people actually say that they believe it's true. Well, I said from my point of view, there is an 80% chance that is exactly as I described. Someone actually made the fake signature, something like that. Also, because if you go to NASDAQ, when there has been the ETF filing for Ethereum, there was a document that was also uploaded by NASDAQ on the official website that was related to Ethereum ETF, and the same document doesn't exist for XRP. So that was actually another reason for why I believe it's not true. Well, time will say, right? We're going to know, I believe, within a couple of hours, if not probably by tomorrow, there must be some clarification. Ideally, BlackRock should come in public and specify what's going on. I don't know if they're gonna go, but there's also a gentleman which I forgot his name right now, but he's an ETF senior. If you give me 1 second so I can check his name here, so I give the full information. But anyways, okay, just give me like 20 seconds so I can. It's actually called Eric Balchunas, and he actually said that he has talked to BlackRock. Well, he's a very credible person. I don't see any reason why he would come on public and say something that's untruthful. He's actually a senior ETF analyst for the Bloomberg Group. So yeah, that's my takes on that. I'm not sure if you share the same opinion as me, but I'm just very disappointed with the ongoing price manipulation that has happened. It's not the first time this month. Actually, this month, yes, but in the last 3 weeks, we had the same episode with Bitcoin ETF.
Yeah, and you know, it's funny because I had the same type of view on the situation, but one thing that you said right now that I guess I really didn't think of is I was thinking more from the standpoint of if a person was a really big investor, right? So, for an example, when that price pumped, it depends on where you're positioned at. 10 cents could be $100,000 in your XRP position, right? So, from my perspective, I saw my portfolio go up over $100,000 in that one little pump, right? So, but I never thought of it from a leverage perspective, what you were saying. And if someone did that with the intent of having a leverage position and could come out and cash out $1 million, that's crazy. I never even thought about that because they're basically guaranteeing their success and then basically getting out. And so I never really thought of it from that perspective. And then also right now, as you're talking, I have you up on the right corner and I have Jeremy Hogan's X tweet or whatever you want to call it that he did post where he says you can spoof the information of an XRP ETF trust. It's fraud, but it's actually very easy and just costs $500, kind of validating what you just said. He says you only need to file 2 documents attached, pay the money, and you get a placeholder on the state website. So that also further validates probably why it's still sitting there, because I think the confusion, and you know how people run off with things, Edo. So many people kept saying, well, maybe they leaked it out, or somebody that works for them leaked it out. But you guys got to understand, these big companies don't do leaks. I mean, it's like somebody's job and reputation's at risk if someone leaked it out or misfiled, and so I think they're trying to find reasons of really what's clear. And what's clear is that just some, probably like you said, some knucklehead wanted to benefit off the market. He filed it, and because the entity in which he filed it on, or that platform, it was actually done legally, even if it wasn't done by Blackrock. So it's going to still remain there until probably a further investigation, and they see that they can discredit it, or like you said, someone from Blackrock steps up and says, "Hey, this is bogus. We need that out of our name," so forth and so on. And I'd be very interested to see if BlackRock, some type of official person, came forward and say, "Well, hey, that's not us." Will it just stop there? Or will they say, at this time, we have not yet filed our XRP ETF, and even some crazy news like that can send the market a little bit bullish. But yeah, I think that was definitely ridiculous. It's sad, because what it does, Edo, is it still shows the need for regulatory enforcement. I wouldn't say, the way that Gary Gensler is doing it, but you got bad actors out there, and I think you're going to continue to have bad actors even when we have regulatory clarity, which is, you got hacks at all-time high, you got all these different things that are going to continue to go on. So I think people do need some type of protection, just not the type of protection that we're currently getting from Gary Gensler and the SEC. So I got a couple comments here. Anthony Wanner says, can we set up a company named Blackrock and file an ETF for Solana, asking for a friend? That's funny as hell. I was like, hey, if they're going to benefit, why can't we, huh? Frankie Legend says that. Jeanette, what's up, Bessie? The beef, Wellington, though. Oh yeah, we had an incredible, for those of you guys who have never been to, and I don't know if you've ever heard of Gordon Ramsay, Edo. He has a famous chef show. Well, we went to his restaurant. I guess there's like a 6 month to a year wait to actually get reservations. And us and our friends went yesterday, and had an incredible night. It's very, very pricey, but it's definitely not like anything I've ever eaten before in my life. And so if you ever get a chance to get to Vegas and go to Hell's Kitchen, or you can get a reservation. If you can't get a reservation, sometimes you can just maybe find an empty spot at the bar and order food, but it was absolutely incredible. We've got Iron Man saying, wow, potentially a fabricated pump for a leveraged position. That's insane. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. We can't say that's what happened, but that sounds more realistic than BlackRock leaking that out. Iron Man, shouts out to Iron Man for that assessment there. Liz, my sister Liz says, smash them thumbs up, hit the like and subscribe. Show your love for Crypto for Life. We'll appreciate all you guys here. Nest Force says we are supposed to have a CPI announcement. I think we got the CPI announcement. Edo, have you heard about that? It looks like Liz came out and said that it was. What did Liz say after the CPI announcement? I think Liz, my sister Liz, brought it up here. She said it came in at what I thought I just saw the CPI. Okay, came in at 3.2%. Did you know that, Edo?
No, I was actually not aware of that. It's just a new information for me.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I agree with you, brother. And if I was a bet man, I'm gonna go with your assessment that somebody manipulated the price for gains.
And still a huge portion of the community believes that's actually accurate. That's very surprising for me. And you got even people get upset when I said I don't believe that's true. They were saying like, you were supposed to be by our side, and I was like, it's not about picking sides, it's just about presenting what's truthful. Of course, if I'm gonna share that is true, I will get 10 times more likes and reposts and stuff like that. But we have to stick for what seems to be the right thing here. And as you said, I think it's very unlikely that BlackRock would leak that out. Yeah. That's just my opinion. Yeah. Maybe I am wrong, but I just believe that the chance that they did some mistake like that is just like below 1%, something like that.
Well, I think knowing you as long as I've known you and getting to know you, you don't post things based off of just trying to get likes and follows and things like that. I don't think that's the type of person I know I'm not that type of person either. We do see a lot of influencers that will run with it. I've seen some guys still to this day still running with that narrative that we're going to have a XRP, EFT, and I think I'm sorry, ETF. And I think what it is that they're just looking for you look at them, they got like 1,000, 2,000 clicks off of false information. So I'm just like you. I'm not that type of person. I want the right information. You got people's lives, especially for those of us who are influencers. There's people who are part of our families, right? Whether it's Alpha Husky Club or Crypto for Life or the Standard. And we have to be, accountable for the things that we, talk about, and I'm saying we're not responsible, right? Because everyone has to do their own research, their own due diligence, whatever that might be, that you're a part of. But you definitely, sometimes we get it wrong, right? Sometimes, I know there's things that we've both been a part of, whether it's staking, whether it's nodes. I see my man Iron Man here. We were part of so many different node projects, a lot of them that aren't here today, a couple of them that are still surviving, and we'll see how those go into the bull market. But at the end of the day, it's easy to get excited about something like nodes. There's so many different ones that are out there, but we're accountable to the point of just make sure we can get all the right information that we can get, but we're not responsible because each and every person has to be responsible for their own investments, right? And so we're not financial advisors. We're not investment consultants and things like that. We're out here just trying to give our best assessment of what we feel is bullish or what we feel is an exciting opportunity. And, we've seen things work. It's kind of like there's many people who want to get mad at certain people for talking about Luna. But at one point, Luna seemed like it was an amazing, legitimate business. So was at one point Celsius. And then if you look at FTT, FTX, and I want you to make a comment on this. I mean, gosh, Edo, we had celebrities. Most of us watched Shark Tank. We saw Kevin O'Leary. We saw Shaquille O'Neal. We saw Tom Brady. So how do you get that right? Who would have ever seen it? And that's why I always try to, and I want you to make a comment on this. FTX didn't represent crypto for doing something that crypto was bad. FTX represented someone as an individual who did something bad, and that's why that happened. So it's not a crypto problem; it's a individual problem. And if you can make a comment on that.
Yeah, you are totally right about that. It's not a blockchain issue. There has not been some technical issue with the blockchain, anything like that. It was just a matter of personalities, a matter of SBF. Unfortunately, a lot of politicians that were getting donations, they drained customers' pockets, which is very sad. That's actually a very sad reality. So, and as you say, it was everywhere in sports, in every advertisement. You could have marketing of FTT token everywhere. Who would guess that would happen? I mean, that was very difficult to predict. In the same way, what happened to Luna? Yeah. That's why we say right here, everyone should do their own research, not to trust influencers, not even to trust what I am saying or what you are saying. Everyone should be responsible, do their own research. That's my takes for FTX, actually.
And you know what? I have a question for you. I saw my brother. He's a brilliant investor, and we have a group of the Four Kings, which he's a part of. His name is Iron Man, and he just brought up a coin. Do you remember SafeMoon at all?
Yeah, I heard about SafeMoon.
Yeah, and it's crazy because even SafeMoon was like a 10%. It was like a early version of like Shiba. Not Shiba in the sense, but it's one of those 10%er coins that you took a chance on, and it seemed like it was great. And that's the point I'm trying to make with that in Anthony's comment is that's why they say probably 90% of the cryptos that are around today won't be here because there's so many coins that we believed in, so many coins that you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. You don't know the type of people that are behind these projects. And I don't know if it was you. I think it might have been you or some post that I saw you do, Edo, or someone where they said that just 90% of the projects that aren't going to make it is because they're predicated off of hopium. They're predicated off of I shoulda, coulda, woulda, maybe something to happen or whatever. They're focused on trying to get something done. It sounds good, but they don't really have any valid partnerships. And that's why I've seen many people laugh at the fact that, you want to question XRP when you see all these amazing partnerships around the world, banking institutions and all these other things, they're creating stable coins for certain countries and all these things, Edo, but yet people put their hard-earned money in something like they'll go all in on Pepe, or they go all in on Shikaka coin, or they go all in on, my dog's groomer's coin or something, but they will not, they'll talk down on XRP. So, what's your thought process of right now? If you were to talk to someone watching this right now, and I've got a lot of people saying they like you a lot and they like your mindset. If you were talking to our audience right now, or our family, what would you say a person's mindset should be as we're looking at going into 2024, a possible, the Bitcoin having possible settlement with Ripple, possible ETF approval for not only Bitcoin but Ethereum? What would your advice be, Edo? Would you tell people to look at more utility base like your XDC, XLM, XRP, XRPH? Would you tell people to go towards things that are more utility driven? Have phenomenal partnerships, or would you say, hey, this is a good time to keep swinging a Hail Mary and try to get into something like Pepe or some crazy coin with 15 zeros and a one that might be a crap coin? I mean, what would your advice be to somebody just coming into this thing or trying to make the best moves right now?
Yeah, James, as you see, every day there is a new meme coin coming on. Just on the XRP ledger, there is a new one right now. I will not draw any specific comments on that. And by the way, thank you everyone for the comments. We are very happy to have you as part of our audience. And that being said, my advice to anyone right now would be to just do, like, I am inside the project. I am inside the XRP Healthcare. I helped the project to be released from day one. So I do know the steps. I do know how the things happen behind the scenes. So some of the advices I would give is, first of all, you're going to invest in a project. Take 5 minutes. How many people actually read the white paper?
Right.
Nobody reads white papers. People nowadays have such a bad attention span that's comparable to a golden fish. You know that? So it's a fact. They are used to get financial advice from TikTok, I think. That's why they just press the buy button sometimes without even reading the white paper. So number one, sit and read the white paper. What is this about? Sometimes you're going to find even grammatical mistakes on the white paper. That already shows they don't even review the white paper. So for God's sake, read the white paper. Take a look at the board of directors. Who is behind the company? Is the team actually doxed? I mean, are you talking to someone that has an emoji face on the profile picture and is promoting a token, or you are talking about a real person?
That's right.
If you see me talking about a project, my face is there. People know my name. People know my address. I am not scared. I have nothing to hide. How many of the founders out there, they don't even have the surname? You go to the crypto page, the project, they have not the team docs right there. They have the founder. I sent you. I don't want to do rumors here. I don't want actually to raise any concern. I'm just saying that me and you had a private conversation where I send you a token. I will not say which token right here,
right,
where the picture of the founder is an emoji. I mean, who is actually behind the token? How easy is for these people to actually pull the trigger and use you as exit liquidity and just disappear? They close the social media account, goodbye. Who are them? Nobody knows. So be very careful. You have to look for the team. You have to understand who is behind. You gotta see if these people are actually taking legal consultations. The same way as you actually don't go to the doctor, you should go as a prevention, not when you are actually sick.
Right.
How many of these projects are going to have legal problems in the next 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years? How many influencers out there are actually committing crimes? And I really say that they are promoting projects. They are telling people to buy coins, and they are getting paid tokens to do so. I know, I see this on a daily basis. So you have to also watch how the team, the people involved in the project is talking about the project. Right. Yeah. Not one time in your life. I am the head of social adoption for the XRP Healthcare, XRPH. The token is around for more than 1 year. It's a solid project. Not one time you're going to see me that is involved inside the project telling people to buy the token. Not one time you're gonna see any of us promoting the token in a way that might lead people to take financial decisions. The token is there. Who wants to buy the token buys the token. We cannot make price predictions for XRP healthcare. The truth is that many people, they don't even understand from a legal perspective. That's why you have to check the team. You have to see how the team is actually behaving. Now you want to see something about supply tokenomics. Is the token actually issued on the XRP ledger? Is the token actually issued on Ethereum that's not so functional? Then you want to see if there is any real world utility for the coin. So there are many things, real world partnerships, real world business is the future. I mean, there are so many areas that you can invest. I'm talking here, tokenization of real estate is one great one that's going to play a major role in the new financial system. Cross-border payments, XRP, XLM is just two great examples also. It can tokenize everything of value onto the ledger. So have a look at the utility of the tokens. If you're going to buy a meme coin, what is actually the utility of the token? There's no utility. You will only gain based on other people buying. I mean, like, the only chance you have is to buy before someone else sell. So my final advice about this is do your own research. Check the website of the projects before you put any money. Otherwise, you are gambling.
Yeah, no, and everything you said, I agree with 100%. You know, it's funny because you and I have been invited, and again, we won't talk about coin, but we've been invited to platforms to speak. And right when we got off that platform, I contacted you and I said, and it's funny because when they gave me a chance to speak, I said things that I don't think they wanted to hear because there was just some things that didn't sit well with me within that discussion. And since then, I don't know about you, but I haven't been invited back to be back on one of those, those spaces again. And so a lot of times what it is that I don't mind looking at something for the first time. I don't mind being a part of something that I believe in. But what I can't do is you know, I always say never sacrifice integrity for growth. And what I mean by that is when I see something that doesn't sound right, I immediately contact you. I actually contacted the whole group of speakers and said, man, something doesn't sound right about this whole scenario. So no, I definitely appreciate your mindset. And I agree, Edo, a lot of the people who, I would be shocked if 90% of the coins that people are invested in, they don't even know who the CEO or the founder is or anyone off the team or anything. They like you said, they either gone off of someone on social media said, they're going off the fact that it's ranked high on coin market cap. A buddy told them about it. It's shiny, it's new, it's pumped, it's whatever, it's sexy, whatever the case may be. And that's the wrong way to invest because if you go based off of those type of methods, right, then you look back and you understand why people got crushed in Luna, and I'm not saying that's why they got crushed because obviously they were bad characters. Those were actually projects that a lot of people believed in. Now, I was never really heavily invested in Luna or Celsius or FTT for that matter. I wasn't attracted to those. And I'm not saying I saw something someone else saw because I didn't. I can't say that I was some genius and that's why I wasn't a part of them. I just so happened not to get into the projects, but my son did, and my son was devastated from being a young investor from what happened. And so, yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. I think you got to be smart. You got to do your own research. And another thing that I'll say too is, and I know this about you, and I want you to make a comment on this as well, Edo. You know, when I first got into crypto in 17, I started chasing everything that looked amazing. I mean, I had hundreds of coins, Edo, because I was like, oh my God, SafeMoon, that looks good. And I would do my research and I would do my due diligence and it sounded good. And I was like, okay, I'll take a chance. And so I had my 70-20-10s, my 70%ers, but I was trying to, you know, there's so many great projects, right? There's, you know, people don't know if I should, obviously Bitcoin, the opportunity for that is not like it used to be. I've seen you make a comment on that 1,000 times, but people are trying to figure out, where do I put my money? Is it XRP? Is it XDC? Is it XLM? Is it VChain? Is it Matic? Is it Chainlink? Is it Polkadot? I mean, and I can keep going on, Edo. And then all of a sudden what happens, Edo, is people's money starts getting really thinned out. So my question to you, and this is not financial advice, but if you had a very humbled amount of money, right? Or whether someone has a humble amount of money or they have, you know, a little bit more than that. Maybe they got 1,000, maybe they got 10,000. What would your advice be? Would you tell people to try to get into everything that's hot, or select a few key crypto projects, utility project driven projects? what would you tell someone their best chance of success is? Not getting into financial advice, but if it was you, if I was talking to a young Edo, the guy who sold his car with the big hopes and dreams of making it big, what would a young Edo starting today would do? Well, let's say I don't know, maybe like $5,000, maybe. What would you do? What would you be looking at?
Well, thanks for the opportunity. I think it's a great topic to make some comments on. The first thing I would do, I would not over diversify my portfolio, meaning that actually comes from Warren Buffett's strategy. If you really know the fundamental investment, there is not a reason to over diversify, especially if you have only 5,000 euros to invest, for example. I'm not saying to put all of your eggs in the same basket, like buy 100% XRP. I'm not saying that, but perhaps with 5,000 euro, I would stick to 3 or 4 coins, which is quite some diversification, but not over diversified. Let's think for a second. There is around, I don't know how many crypto, but let's say there is 100,000 cryptocurrencies out there. If 99% of them are going to fail, that still gives us 1,000 coins, which is a lot. There's a lot of projects. There is a lot of wonderful projects. There's not enough time on this earth to be updated about everything that's going on with so many great projects. I mean, I can know what they fundamentally do, but I cannot be updated on every single step they are doing, like news about staking, changes on the blockchain. Just think about XRP, XLM, IOTA, Casper, GRT, Crow, BNB, Ethereum, the Graph, Matic. I mean, there's so many great projects out there. So it's going to be impossible for you to keep track of everything. So the first thing is not to over diversify. So let's say if you have 5,000, perhaps you should buy 2 or 3 of the ISO 20022 coins, for example, XRP, XLM, IOTA, and then diversify into something with a smaller market cap, because it's very well known that small market caps have a tendency to not follow Bitcoin. So that gives you a extra possibility of make earlier profits. One great example, and this is not financial advice, but you have great coins on the XRP ledger, for example, XRP Healthcare, XRP Net, even Casino Coin, which is from one of the main developers there. It's a great project as well. So you have great projects on the XRP ledger that they have far more volatility than Bitcoin and XRP. They can make a 3x, a 4x within a week. So that's a great way to make some extra gains that you can later on decide if you want to cash out or if you want to actually keep for the long term. And besides that, to just go a bit beyond this scenario, and actually with inflation going, even if the government's saying that inflation is going down, I really don't believe the reports. I think the things are getting more and more expensive. So I would also cut the useless things that people are spending their money on, and that can actually be a great way to invest more. So, for example, people just spend so much money on useless things, especially the people who don't have the money, and that's quite controversial. So, for example, why should you actually go out there and buy an iPhone 15 for $1.5 thousand if you can buy the same product? Like you can buy iPhone 14 on second hand for like $700,
right,
and there you have.
Right.
It's almost the same. I am a content creator. I have iPhone 14 right now. Right. So just to give an example, why should I actually put extra 1,000 euro, $100 if I can do the same? So you take this $800 that you save and you invest in cryptocurrencies. That's one great way to see that. Now, why should someone who is not financially free to go every day eat outside when you can actually cook at home?
Right.
I mean, people are just eating unhealthy stuff outside. Cut off the energy drinks, the sugary stuff, the sunflower oils, the vegetable oils, and actually cook at home.
Yeah.
You're going to save a lot of money, and that's money you can invest and also benefits your own health. So it's not only about how to diversify the portfolio, but it's also to be smart on what you are actually cutting off your life so that you have more room to invest. That's my take on that one.
Yeah, and I think that's good advice. You brought up something that I think is a little bit controversial right now, and that is um, the cost of living, man. The cost of living is just so ridiculous, Edo. I saw this thing where I was reading, because I'm always researching. I just, when you love something like this industry, and I won't say I have a love for one particular project. I'm very fond. Obviously, a lot of people know we're very fond of XRP, but I love this space, and I love this space for so many more reasons, rather than what it does for me, what I know that the opportunity it presents for everyone, right? And I know that this is a once in a lifetime opportunity that we're living in right now. But one of the things I was reading online, it was talking about how here in California, I believe it was McDonald's and Chipotle and a lot of other restaurants are talking about hiking up their menu prices. I'm thinking because of they want them to raise up the minimum wage. I think it's going up to like $20 an hour or something like that. And so they're talking about raising up their menu items, and I'm just thinking, my God, like I don't like even like things like the dollar menu where you could go get a McChicken for $1 and now it's like $4.99 or whatever. I mean, like it's so funny. I remember when me and my wife came back from South America, and we were debating on living out there, and we came back to the States, and we went to go get her and I drive through, and it was just like a couple value meals, but it was like 25, to $30 by the time we were done. And I'm just thinking, man, this is getting ridiculous. So you brought up something about, shopping. And I remember my wife one day, she made a comment. She's like, honey, every time I go out, like every couple days, I'm spending a couple $100 at the grocery store every few days or so, because it's just so stinking expensive. And when she looked at the amount of money that we're spending, obviously we cook at home, and obviously what you're saying is on point. But sometimes when you evaluate what you're spending a week in food, let's say it's $1,000, and then you take that and you divide that by the days in the week. She made a comment. She goes, "Honey, sometimes I feel like it's just as expensive. It costs the same to eat out than it does to eat at home." And so I don't say that to be controversial. I say that because we're living in a time, man, where it's so hard just to pay your bills and to survive and buy groceries. Rents are crazy, car payments are crazy, and so. What have you seen, Edo, people do? Because that is a concern, right? Like, one of the things that I get a lot of messages from people is, how do you, basically they're having to sell their positions in crypto just to survive. So there's a lot of concern right now with people being able to hodl. And so what do you have any advice for people right now? Honestly, my advice would be never invest more than you can lose, and don't over leverage yourself where you got to go back because what kills a lot of people, Edo, is they'll get in, let's say, right now, right? Or they got in when XRP was 50 cents, and all of a sudden something devastating happens. Like when the other day, me and you were talking on the standard, you said, "Hey, James, it's not like XRP couldn't go back to 30 cents again if we have a huge pullback." And then all of a sudden it goes back to 30 cents. And these people who had this $5,000, let's say they invested in XRP, I'm talking hypothetically, now it's down to $3,000 and they got to pay bills. So they've taken them out. So just your thoughts on, just what's going on around the country with cost of living and all that. Anything you want to add to that?
Well, I can share a very interesting story. This goes back to around 2 years ago. Before, I didn't used to do video content, James. I actually was more a sort of influencer on X, and then I started to do video content. So before I get started, I used to follow some investor, and that he was actually based in Greece. This guy is actually a multi-billionaire. He has properties all over the world, in Australia, Greece, Spain, like in many countries, and someone that I really admired. So basically, I remember I used to watch his videos because I was learning about the real estate in Greece. And back there, like 2.5 years ago, you didn't have a lot of information about real estate here. So his name was David, and I always watch his videos. One day I wake up here in Athens, and I was every time telling to myself, I need to start doing videos. I need to start doing videos. But, sometimes when you just find excuses to yourself, and I'm very ashamed of acting on that way back on the time, because I was always coming with some excuse of why I am not starting to do videos right now. So some of the excuses would be, I don't have the expensive microphone that I need to buy, or maybe I don't have the last generation of iPhone, because I'm sometimes very perfectionist. I want to do the things in the most perfect way.
Right.
So Then suddenly one day, I wake up and something told me in my head that I should be on some random street, something that just click in my mind and says, you have to walk on that direction.
Okay.
I start walking, and it was in the city center of Athens. And when I look in the other side of the street, I see David, which is the guy that I follow from YouTube, and he's actually holding his phone like in the hand, and he's actually recording a video. And by the moment I see him, he just was finishing the video, and I said, "Damn, I go talk to this guy." So I cross the street and I said, "Oh, I follow you from YouTube. I actually get a great inspiration." We chat for a couple of minutes, and he shares some insights of how he does the videos, because I say I have a considerable following on X, and I starting to think about doing my videos. What I realized that David, the guy that I was watching on YouTube, had a very inferior iPhone than my iPhone model. Basically, he was actually doing content. The guy that I follow, that I think his videos are amazing, is using an iPhone 10.
Wow.
I was like, damn, is he really recording that with an iPhone 10? I mean, the guy's a fucking millionaire.
Wow.
And I stand back to myself and I say, okay, I was just finding excuses. And he even told me, it doesn't matter if you have iPhone 10, 11, 12. When you upload to YouTube, and you probably know it's true, the quality looks the same sometimes. It doesn't have a huge difference. And from that day, I started to do my videos, and I say, it might be not perfect, but as far as every video is better than the previous, I'm making progress. So I started doing the videos, and very coincidentally, 1 month later, I stepped into a shop to buy some accessories like lighting stuff, and it was a second-hand shop, and I find David on the shop, and he was actually trading his iPhone 10 for an iPhone X. Basically, he was giving the iPhone 10. This is 2.5 years ago, and he was actually giving like extra $80 to get the next generation of the iPhone. Back on the time, it was iPhone 11. So basically, I got the lesson, because I have friends who are fucking broke. They have not $10,000 in the bank account, but they have the last generation of iPhone. And that just clicks on my mind, and I say, this guy has over 50 to 100 properties, and he's actually taking the phone from the second-hand shop, dressing in normal clothes. I was like, damn, that's a huge lesson for me. So the main point here is that many people can reframe their lifestyles. Sometimes you don't need the luxury clothes, you don't need to drive an expensive car, you don't need the last generation iPhone. You just need to take action. And I don't see any problem in buying luxury cars. I actually have a car, and it's a great car, and it's just a matter of buy when you actually are ready to buy it, not for social pressure. I mean, if you are a millionaire, yes, it's actually okay. It's money. You have to spend somewhere. You don't want to take the money to the grave. But if you are struggling financially, you have to be very wise. And there's so many mistakes that 90% of people are making. I mean, they live in a salary sometimes in Europe of 1,000 euros, and they're going to spend 1.5 thousand on a phone. You have to sometimes sit and think how many hours you have to work to afford that phone.
That's right.
And you have to sometimes work 1.5 months just to have a cell phone that you're gonna use not even to make videos. You're gonna use to watch TikTok videos. That's the majority of people right now. So a lot of people complain about inflation, and yes, inflation is real, but also be more smart on your financial decisions. Don't be like 99% of people.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, and I think that's great advice, and I think it's very important for people, especially when you're investing, to live within your means, to be smart, to it's a saying that I say all the time: do the things today that other people won't do in order to have the things tomorrow that other people won't have. Sacrifices today could go a long ways. Like you said, you buy something like a $1,500 iPhone, and think about what $1,500 could do for you. That iPhone's not going to do anything for you. It's not going to be worth 10 times that money in 3 to 5 years, but a smart investment can. So I definitely can agree with that. It looks like I got a couple comments here before we take off. It says Needs versus wants. That's very smart, Queen. I like that. Needs versus wants. That's right. A lot of times people I see, especially when you come up, you see people driving nice cars but still live, in the worst neighborhoods. They got Gucci purses and all this kind of stuff. And it's funny because and this is not to be funny, but a lot of times when me and my wife go out, we spend a lot of our time in sweats. Like, we don't dress up a lot. I wear the same, and it's funny because we'll go out and shop for things. We'll go every now and then and go get something like from Coach or whatever. But a lot of the crap, like when I had a Jordan collections, I got shoes and stuff that sits in the closet because it's so funny, Edo. You buy those things sometimes because you're like, okay, I deserve something good, right? Like you said, you can't take it to the grave. But then you start thinking, I don't really want to wear that. Like, I'm really good being normal and plain and relaxed and all those type of things. So I agree with that, man. I agree with that wholeheartedly. We've got Nesfor saying there's a book called The Average Millionaire. They buy suits that are under $500 and drive secondhand cars. Yeah, no, that's I love what Nesfor is saying. He's saying that there's a book called The Average Millionaire where they buy suits that are under $500. They drive secondhand cars and never waste money. It's a bit outdated, but it's a great read. And it's funny because I do remember talking to some people who have Fortune 500 companies, and they told me in the very beginning, I'm sure it's different now because they're on top of the world, right? But I know in the very beginning, they said they would go to places like Men's Warehouse or one of those suit places you can find in LA or whatever, where you can go get like 3 suits for $500. And you're like, what? 3 suits for $500? It was like 3 suits for $500 with shirts, belts, and socks. And it was cheap, but you look sharp, right? And so sometimes definitely being smart and frugal is the way to go. Let's see. Let me do some shots out if you don't mind, Edo. Shots out to Anthony Wanner, Queens in the house. We got Ness Force. We got Liz Herrera, my sis. We've got Bullish Big D. We've got OMC. We've got Frankie Legend, Lower Level. Welcome, JC, my brother. How you doing? Big Watch Dude. We've got Jeanette's in the house. We've got Janet Lopez in the house. We've got Iron Man's in the house. My beautiful Queen Jeanette, hello. We've got Tiller that's in the house. Iron Man is here. Let's see, anybody else that we have missed? So, guys, with that being said, if you have anything that you want me to ask Edo, let me know. Very easy. Hydroponics Alan, hello, my friend. Welcome to the stream. We'll appreciate you in a major way. Thank you for your support. Always one away. Welcome. OMC, welcome. We'll appreciate you very much. We got Crypto Tropics, Gmail Brown. Welcome all you guys. I definitely appreciate you guys in a major way. So, guys, do me a favor. As you look over to Edo's left, you can see it's Alpha Lions Academy. Edo, if you don't mind, you brought up something I want you to touch on. We're about 55 minutes in right now. We've got about 5 minutes left. Can you touch on, you made a comment about how you help people with trades. What exactly, if you don't mind, what is Alpha Lions Academy? What do you do? How do you help people? I know you're doing things with XRP, but you got kind of your hands in so many different fires. But one of the things that I really like is Alpha Lions Academy. Can you explain how that benefits people and what attracts people to your academy?
Yeah, for sure, James. So basically, the Alpha Lions Academy is an idea that I had around 2 years ago, that I wanted to combine many of my expertises. Because I'm not only expert, I know many things about lifestyle in general, also about nutrition. It's also one of my main passions. So I decided to come with this idea where I believe there is a now that is education about cryptocurrency, especially. I mean, if someone wants to get educated about crypto, it's very confusing. Where should they go? So I decided to create something organized where individuals can reach out to me and they can actually get accepted. I don't take everyone onto the academy. They have to actually fill for to try to apply for entering the academy. And once they are there, they're going to have access to a platform. It's actually a private group, very similar to the Alpha Huskies Club as well. It's a very similar concept that they might come together in the future. And basically, they can learn about, I have clients. I take care of their portfolios. Most of them are like businessmen that they don't have all the free time to be in front of the screen 24 hours a day to take care of their positions, to actually do some trades here and there, to actually structure their portfolio. So what I do is I take care of their portfolios, people who want to invest $10,000, $50,000, even $100,000. So basically, like yesterday, I had this example. I have one client of mine that we had an open position, so I wanted to close the position when XRP was on the 75 cents, so I can actually give him a phone call. He gives me access to his portfolio. Some of them, even because it's people I know very closely, they even trust me, access to the portfolio. I go there and do the trades for them, and it's just done in that way. So there are many ways that I manage the portfolios for the clients. I also assist them with health situations. I'm not a medical doctor, but I do know a lot about nutrition, and sometimes the results, they just speak for themselves. So it's also about investments in general. It's about real estate. Anyone who wants to invest in Europe, I have a vast experience in four or five countries. So that's what the Alpha Lions Academy is about, James.
I love it. I love it. And you know what? I would like to one of these days, me and you get together as we end this. Maybe we come back and we do a show on just different entrepreneur opportunities. I know you do a lot of stuff with real estate. We haven't really talked a lot about that. You get homes. You know, you're talking about like, and maybe we could talk about some of the opportunities in your area, where there's Greece, where there's other areas where.
And perhaps in the future, there is even room for you to get involved as well. As I sent you a message this week that it came to a point for me that right now it's getting very difficult to do everything, because it's just I need to do an expansion, because I have, I think, hundreds of messages that I don't manage even to answer people who want to apply to get on the academy, simply because I don't have time. Right now, I think you know how the life of content creator is. You know, I have to create the content, I have to create the videos, I do everything myself. I modify the videos. I have several accounts to manage right now. I have going Instagram, TikTok, X. Also, the lives that we are doing on a day, I need to be 10 people right now. So it's like I'm feeling somehow the itch of growing. I mean, that is becoming very hard for me. I do have some other people on board on the academy. I have the lawyer that you actually met. We also provide some legal assistance. But besides him, I have another partner that ended up getting really busy with real estate. So right now I'm doing a lot of the work just alone, and it's becoming very complicated. I mean, I'm happy because there's so many people who are contacting me, but it's in the same way becoming very difficult for me to manage everything that I'm doing at the same time.
Yeah, it's funny because I know one of the things I was saying is maybe we come back one day and do a show, because I know me and you have off-screen conversations, and sometimes you blow me away with things that I don't know. Like in your area, where one of the reasons you went there is because you found opportunities in like beachfront properties for like 30, 40, 50 grand. And I'm like, what? I mean, you're telling me these things, and I'm like, bro, you can't touch beachfront anything out here for less than probably $500,000. So when you were saying that, and opportunities that a lot of people don't even realize that they could be a part of. So maybe one day we'll come back and do a show on just things, because there's things I do, like maybe flip a car or do this, and you can make an extra 1,000 or 2,000 doing this and that. Just little tricks of the trade that we do in our own personal life that allows people to make a little extra money. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for being on the show. Anything you want to add before you take off?
I just want to thank you, everyone that was watching our live, and I think it just has been an amazing time, and looking forward to see you again on the Standard.
That's right, on the Standard, guys. So we'll be announcing the next episode of the Standard. My partner, my brother, Edo Farina. I appreciate you, brother. We'll be talking to you soon.
Thank you, brother. Have a great day. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Okay, my friend. Bye-bye. All right, guys, that was Edo Farina. I want to just take the time, like I do each and every day, and let you guys know how much I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Shouts out to Edo Farina, but also shouts out to my Crypto for Life family. Liz Herrera, thank you, sis. Queen, I appreciate it. I saw the comment, Queen. You want a Tesla on 22s. You're going to get that, Queen, and I can't wait to see you driving down Las Vegas Boulevard in your Tesla on 22s. Wherever you're at, Queen. 589. Janet Lopez, my mother-in-law, thank you so much. Great show, James. Great advice. Edo, yes, sacrifice in order to invest and save for the future. Crazy when you see people spend daily on things they don't need, then complain how broke they are. Amen to that, mom. Mom knows, huh? Wise, very wise, and very smart lady. Queen's in the house. Big Watch Dude. Ness Force. What's up, my brother? Big Watch Dude's in the house. What's up, Big Watch Dude? He said, my eye on a few 2017-18 Model S's. Okay, I hear you. Frankie Legends in the house. We got Crypto Tropics. Let me see. We've got Nest Force. OMC says 100. He's in agreement with what we're talking about. Queen says, give me an Android and I'm okay. Nestforce, iPhone is just a status symbol. You ain't lying, huh? That's a fact. Anthony Wander's in the house. We've got, let's see, Bullish Big D. Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you for being here. Frankie Legend, my brother. OMC, lower level. I think I said Liz, my sis. We got JC. We got Big Bro 10. We got, I think I said Anthony Wander already, right? I'd be getting confused, huh? How do you forget Iron Man's in the house, and my beautiful queen, my best friend, my everything, my beautiful wife, Jeanette. Hello, sweetheart. Tiller's in the house. What's up, Tiller? Tiller says, wowzers. I don't know what got Tiller all tuned up. Tiller came and said, wowzers. That's some crazy information. Iron Man, appreciate you, my brother, being on here and all your incredible support. My brother, Nestforce in the house. And those you got, very easy hydroponics. Alan says, got my butt hurt on Crow, lost a bunch of money when they were potentially going to get a Wells notice. Yeah, man, I'm telling you. And that's how it is. Like, guys, I talk about things like Crow and the opportunity with different things like Crow, but I tell you, I've taken a beating with that whole crypto.com scam, and they didn't help me, and I lost 12 grand. But here's how I'll end this out, guys. There's a lot of things that sometimes we learn the hard way. Whether it's I took a big beating on crypto.com. I've taken a big beating on some what's it called, staking deals. I took a big beating on nodes and things like that. And I'm not giving up. I'm still very optimistic that some of these things will turn around. But we don't control these companies. We don't control the narratives. Therefore, there's nothing we can do about that. A lot of times I talk about what I'm passionate about. XRP. What if something went wrong with that? Is that my fault, or if something goes wrong with Bitcoin and Ethereum? So at the end of the day, guys, it's so important for you to do your own research. We're all adults here. No one's a child. No one's forcing you and wringing your neck to make these investments. That's why it's always, like Edo says, very important for you to do deep dives, find out what's best for you. For all the things that I talk about, I've had success in. I've taken some major losses, even in this space. Because you just don't know, right? When you believe in something, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what the founders know. They know what they know. You don't know what they know until they tell you, and sometimes that means it's a little too late. So be careful out there, guys. Do your research. And here's what I'll tell you: if you take a loss in something like, who was just saying that right now? They took a loss in Crow. If you take a loss in something like Crow or staking or nodes, whatever, and I was just talking to my brother John Singh about this and his wife Veronica last night over dinner with my wife and I at Hell's Kitchen, is that if you take a loss in something, don't sit around whining about what you took a loss in. Instead, try to figure out how to put yourself in a position. So for an example, a lot of us in 2021, we were bullish on staking and nodes and all these different things. And then when the market came down, I was devastated by some of those things. It had a profound impact financially. It had a profound impact in many ways. But what I did is I realized that retracement from 68,000 to 15,000, and all the altcoins that followed, like Crypto.com, Crow's coin that was at 97 cents was down to 4 cents. Polkadot was at $56, was down to $4, or $4 and some cents. Chainlink, which was like $60, was down to like $6 or $5. Shiba that was had like 3 zeros or 4 zeros or something, is now back to 5 or 6 zeros. So you got to go back and say, okay, well, I've taken an L, and I'm not telling you this is not financial advice. What I did for myself is, okay, I took a loss. How do I get that back? I can whine about it, I can complain, I can blame, or I can take the opportunity that has been given to me. Like Warren Buffett says, when there's blood in the streets, that's the opportunity that I can position myself again. Hey, I lost a lot of money, but I can take a percentage of what I have, left, or even a new investment, and insert it at the bottom. What was possibly the bottom. We don't know if that was the bottom or not. Bitcoin at 15,000, everything that followed, but position myself that if I know where I was at in 2021, and Bitcoin was 69, just put myself in a position that, okay, well, the next time that Crow hits almost $1, or the next time Dot hits 50-something dollars, or the next time Shiba drops some zeros, I'm going to be in position. And so what that will do, because I don't sit around complaining and crying and blaming and all those things, I position myself so that the next bull run, I'll get back all the money I left and then some. All the money I lost and then some. So this is a market about, they always say adversity that makes or breaks you. So you're going to go through adversity. That's how I became... that's how I got to the position I'm in right now, is by going through adversity, guys. So I appreciate you guys, love you guys, but that would be my final words for you guys is you know, don't get discouraged. Don't let something bad, because trust me, guys, if it was based off of how much money I've lost and how many bad decisions I made, or what companies did me wrong, like with the crypto.com fraudulent NFTs that I bought and all these things, or node projects that are here today, gone tomorrow, or things that are struggling, I wouldn't be in this space if it was just based off of me reacting to the negative things that are happening. I'm here because I believe in the long game. I believe in the future. I believe in my family. My why is huge. My why, they say if your why doesn't make you cry, it's not big enough. So for me, I'm playing the long game. I'm playing the game that, hey, I've made some mistakes. You learn from them. You reposition yourself. And you know what? If you do that, guys, you'll get it all back and then some in the next bull run and in the years to come. With that being said, guys, I appreciate you guys in a major way. Much love. It's your boy James, a.k.a. Six8Jay. Until next time, peace. Whoa, wait a minute. Did I just see Mom with a membership? I had to come back on. Shouts out to Janet Lopez with the Crypto for Life membership. I might have saw it late, but I came back on because you know what? You're great. Tails, let us know how we feel. Mom, we love you. Woo!
Hey, look, 4 years and it's still no cheers.
Yeah.
If fear selling and I'm still all in. What do you do when your freedom is an illusion? How high will it go when the XRP get the moving? It's amusing when you know that you ain't losing. Going back to go back, got 'em choosing. Which one? Bag it up. This one.
Greatest mother-in-law ever. Thank you so much, Janet Lopez, my mother-in-law, for the support. Newest member of the Crypto for Life family. We appreciate you. Love you guys. Until next time, it's your boy James, a.k.a. for the second time. I'm out. Peace.